Yeah, Girls, Girls, Girls is the theme of this Corpsepaint Show episode, because on this show we say elevate your life by going underground, and by that we mean support independent film, independent music, independent filmmaking, independent art. And in that vein, we have to my right, Catalina Carita. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good. It's good to see you. And you are an independent filmmaker and a performer / singer. And we'll talk about all that cool stuff. And, of course, Janie Slash, our co-host. Hi, Janie.
Hi.
You look good. You both look good.
Do we?
Yes.
Oh.
Do you love the cool studio now? We got air conditioning going. We got cool lighting.
The AC is really nice considering it's like 118 degrees outside right
Yes,
now.
we're in Texas.
I almost burned my ass off getting in the car today. I did. I jumped in, jumped out, screaming.
Well, I noticed you still have your ass, so I'm glad it's still there.
It's still there.
Yeah. Let's put the mini cam down there. All right, just kidding. Now, let's talk about powerful women, because our theme is girls, girls, girls. And we're going to talk about sexy women, powerful women, badass bitches, and all of that on this show. Can we start by showing a highlight reel of pioneering women in film?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
This is actually a documentary that's out right now. But let's show a bit of it, and then we'll talk about this. Fearless.
We don't need your commentary. I'm trying to watch this.
As we can see, women always played a pivotal role, a pioneering role, as they call it in this documentary. I just found that fascinating. And they were, in the early years of film, there were more women directors than there are now, I think. Isn't that odd?
It is. I mean, I guess it makes sense, though. Like, they just had that Hedy Lamarr movie come out about how she was someone that was helped pioneer the beginning of Wi-Fi and the internet, and she was incredibly, incredibly intelligent. But growing up, I just knew her as Delilah from Samson and Delilah because that was like the main thing that was highlighted.
Everything
so
now
it does make sense.
I don't know. You're right. It seems like everything now just gets filtered down into least common denominator. I don't know. But along these same lines, let's look at something else too. And this is kind of a modern version of a girl who is trying to make her own film. Okay, and it is a cannibal, apocalyptic, pirate, funny, cool movie, and it's called Let's Make a Movie. It's about a girl who just wants to make a movie. So let's jump to present day and take a look at this. I want your opinion back on this, Janie Slash. You'll love it.
Meet Cassie Thompson.
Let me give you some advice.
We all have niches in this life.
She was going nowhere fast.
Could be reapplying to colleges or looking for a job.
Yeah, with what test scores, Mom?
Until she decided.
I was thinking about making a movie.
You're thinking of what?
You must all study the script before production starts.
You said this was going to be a professional set.
This is a piece of junk.
Action! You're the gaffer. Okay, you're supposed to be talking to Cal about lighting.
Yeah, but there's sun.
Call for sound! What do you think this is, a Michael Bay film?
Cassie, I don't care how much you're bleeding. Do it again.
I have a really good feeling about this, Gary. We're gonna do this.
Wasting your time with this childish video isn't the answer. You're just running away from your problems.
Why would anybody take me seriously? You ruined my movie!
Cassie, if you were serious about this film, we would take it seriously. But you treat it with the same disregard with which you treat everything else. You think you can make the next blockbuster movie with the snap of your fingers, but it doesn't work that way, honey.
This is the first thing I've done right for myself in a long time.
Do you feel like Cassie Thompson sometimes, Catalina?
That was from 2012.
Do you feel like Cassie Thompson sometimes? All the challenges of making a movie. Her movie was called Attack of the Zombie Cannibal Vampire Pirate Queen.
Oh, that sounds complicated.
That's a pretty ambitious first movie.
Yeah, right?
Even the fight scene, I think she got hit in the head. So
I really liked the way they set up that trailer, and that it looked almost like a late 90s, early 2000s Disney film. Like with the song too. And I was like, man,
yeah,
I'm pretty inspired.
Like the off-brand Pink lyrics.
Yes. But that was fun because it looked like that was very much so on purpose, and that you knew what they were going for, and so that's pretty awesome.
Meet Cassie Thompson. She's going nowhere fast. She decides to make a movie. And you're supposed to be setting up lighting, but there's sun. All the challenges.
I'm pretty sure we have had that discussion before.
Now, Catalina is with Little Spark Films. Shout out to Little Spark Films because of the awesome job they do in making everything. You make music videos, you make movies. We're going to talk about The Torturer coming up. And you film everywhere, it seems like. Work a lot with bands, you work a lot with promos and everything.
Yeah, I mean, we work with everybody. The last music video that came out was for Secret of Boris, and they're actually going to be playing at Ridgely Metal Fest. And then, of course, we work with Manifestive. They're actually doing their Octo tour right now. And then last week they just released their new album, which is God is a Martian. And then Eve did all the artwork for it. It's really, really beautiful, and it comes with a coloring book. Which is pretty cool. Yeah, they're very, very creative. Like she made her own. They do everything themselves. Like all their merch that they have out on their merch table is something that she's actually made with her own hands. It's pretty cool.
Kidding.
And of course, there's Empire Cats. We started out the beginning of the year with the Candy music video, and that was really, really fun. They're a pretty awesome band, and we got to shoot in this really beautiful, like 1960s style mod house. So that was pretty cool.
Very neat. There is another little funny 30-second snippet I want to show you guys of a movie called Prego. It is an independent film, and it's two people, that's all, and they're sitting and talking. And after a one-night stand, the girl finds out she's pregnant and reveals this news to her boyfriend. I mean, not boyfriend, the one-night stand dude. And all he can do is blink. It's called Prego.
I don't think I'd handle that news well either.
So, just watch us. Tell me what you think about this. This is, I think, hilarious.
I'm pregnant.
Okay, so that could be the whole movie. I think it's great, but no, it's like a 10 or 15-minute film, and they have a discussion, an argument, really. He tries to blame her, she's blaming him, and all
What does
around.
this have to do with women in horror?
It's a woman who is she controls this whole movie and the entire scene.
Okay, did she direct it?
I don't know. I think so. Okay, so this next one is called Pincushion, that I think you will find amusing too. And so these are women directors. This is our women director segment, so that must have been a woman director. And then we go into women badass characters, and then we go into the torturer.
I feel like you may not know.
It is
Fine.
called.
I mean, women editors are very important as
Women
well.
editors are very important, but he doesn't get
There's one sitting to my left.
I'm not.
So this one is called Pincushion.
Where are you from? I don't know. I was abandoned as a baby, and this old hunchback lady found me in the forest and looked after me.
The bells! The bells! The bells!
She loved me and raised me, and then one day she walked me to the edge of the forest and set me free. Today's the day I get to meet my new friends.
I haven't seen you before. What's your name?
Iona. What did you do today?
I've been barn dancing.
Oi, new girl. Have you sucked cock? Probably.
I'm Lynn, and I need some friends.
I just wanted to say.
What have you done to yourself?
Makeup gives boys the wrong impression. One sign of lipstick. Behave like animals.
Iona!
They do that. They like making people unhappy.
Just a bit under the influence of the
Don't worry, we'll take care of you.
A wonderful female coming-of-age movie that I think looks hilarious. I like all British films, though.
Mm-hmm. It does look really, really interesting.
Yeah.
Seems like
Meets
it
the
would
bad
have a
girls.
lot of sad parts, though. Coming of age is always really, really difficult.
Does it take you back when you see a movie like that?
Dude,
Does it
middle
take you back to
school
like
sucks.
how
High
like
school sucks.
you're
It's
trying
all
to fit
terrible.
in and get along with people, and then they spray paint Iona as a slag. You know.
Well, kids are mean. People are mean. Sometimes it happens.
We have a lot of photos of you guys from your past that we're going to show.
You mean last night?
Yeah, that could be.
Shit.
So we have a mix of a whole bunch of photos, a whole bunch of stuff.
There might be some really old ones in there.
I'm
a few years ago.
I'm kind of scared. I don't even know what's going on, guys.
No, you're unaware completely of
Surprise
something.
for all of us.
I don't like surprises.
Yes, you do.
We have been involved in some terrible photo shoots. So this one's cute, though. No,
Look,
that's cute.
yeah, look at you. Oh, girls with chainsaws.
Yeah, that was fun.
See, that's
Look at
hot,
you.
though. That's hot.
That is hot.
I like those photos.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was a cool bomber car show. It's always so hot, though. That's the worst thing about car shows.
Was that an Invasion?
They're outside in their hot.
No, it was at a really tiny, like.
Nobody really does car shows in the winter. They only do them like in the blazing hot.
Yeah.
They're like, here, get half naked and lean on some cars.
Mm-hmm. And then you're just like trying to not touch the car
And
like,
not fall over.
The car is lava.
And not fall over.
But also look sexy, and I hate it.
Oh, what's going on here?
That is an old promo for Arista Sket, which was Joe and my band. Well, it was actually Joe's band, and then I just kind of crashed the party.
Because you're a great singer.
I like that you crashed the party.
Thank you. No, I had a crush on him, and so I was like, okay, I'm going to crash your party and hang out with you. But it was just because I wanted to hang out with him. But yeah, that was an older sketch.
Oh, that's a really old photo.
Isn't that a great picture?
That's ancient. That's like
Look at that.
That's like the second Deadly Sin show.
It might have been.
That's cute.
No,
Yeah.
that was, it is. That was like, I think the October show. I did Manson mob scene. I was dressed like a mobster hula hooping. Oh, there's me again. That's the same show. Yeah, I make weird faces.
Why is that a weird face? You're having a good time. That's a good face. I don't know. It's a good time.
I was just really impressed that I could take my skirt off while knee hooping and let it
While knee hooping, and
that is pretty awesome.
And here's the blood.
Blood.
So yeah, this one is hot too because there's blood. Look at that smile and look at your blood.
Well, you say.
What was that? Well, wait, go back to that photo. What was that? I was looking at something. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention. Oh my god.
I like it.
Oh, is that Deadly Sin? What was I doing?
I don't know. You were having a good time though.
Oh yeah.
That's for sure.
Is that my
You always have a good time when you're covered in blood.
I can't see. It's so bright in here.
It's too bright.
Pretty bright.
You're having me
God.
look at all
Okay.
these things.
All right, so-
I can't wear my glasses because the lights are so bright and it causes a reflection. And then you're like, look at all these things, and I'm like, I can't see. My vision is shit. And
All right, how about this one? Can you see that one?
Aww. It's like what is that, shaving cream?
There's
I
actually
remember what that was. Why are you bringing back these really
so
early
there's
Deadly
yeah
Sins
there's
photos?
a lot of whipped cream / shaving cream, and there's 3 people in that pool.
With...
Powerful women. These are some awesome pictures of you guys from your past. Yeah, we just had
that was another earlier Scat Days one.
I like
Bad John Paul,
That
dude.
is
He's
That's a great.
He's
It's a really cute bra.
I don't
and
know
those
what happened
panties
to
are
it.
Adorable.
I lost it.
Is
And
that a
those-
swimsuit or is it? Like
I
a
don't
bra
even know
and
what that
panties?
was. He just had it and he gave it to me. He was like, put this on. I was like, okay.
I like it. It's very pretty.
He said people that only had been wearing panties and then they put that over it, and so it wasn't gross. But yeah, Bad John Paul, dude, he's such a good photographer. He's amazing.
There was a lot of
He
attitude in that
works,
picture.
yeah, he works with, like Maxim models. Actually, he's working with a porn star right now, like doing her, I don't even know what it is. Like a vlog?
Headshots?
Doing her vlog. No, he's like doing her vlog. And then like interview before they get ready to get to work.
Any more in that series? Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Oh, that's that's when I actually first started modeling. That was from, oh man, what are they?
Was that from
Darkest Corners? It was Darkest Corners.
Oh, the
That's
Haunt?
actually when we met. Yeah,
One of
that
the
was
Haunts?
first when we. That was when we first met Bart too.
Cool.
This is really old. This
Look
is
at
like
that.
6 or 7 years old.
Look at that.
Yeah, super old.
I can't see it.
It's Catalina with a lot of blood on
You've
her
seen
mouth.
him.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay.
I can't
You know
participate
exactly.
in the
Oh.
discussion. 'cause
Oh, I
can't
think you're wearing Joe's hat here.
Yeah, that's Joe's hat. We were doing some pictures for Vato Loco tattoos. So
I got to hold Joe's hat one time. He put it on my head. I think he was doing some serious directing. And
It's a good hat. Oh, yeah, yeah.
He took it right back. Which is funny.
Catalina.
I don't even remember why we took those. I think I just wanted new pictures.
That's a good one, too.
You don't have to have a reason to take photos.
Heck no.
Just do it for fun.
I like polka dots, obviously.
Now, I sent Ziggy a whole bunch of pictures. If you want to scroll through all of them right now, Zig, that's cool with me. Even those other ones have concerts and everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's Paul Aguilar. He's an awesome
That's
photographer
Catalina
as
right
well.
there.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that one.
Oh, JD Slash.
That is awesome.
Isn't that? And look at those lashes. You had a touch of green in your hair back then. And that one?
Your meat flesh bikini one.
Right. Meat bikini.
Meat bikini.
That's at a Deadly Sin show. That's a very good one.
What was
the meat bikini? Yeah.
Meat bikini.
My sideshow wife made that for me.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really good.
Make me amazing costumes. My flesh meat skirt.
Totally cool. All right, so we've got a whole bunch more photos, too, of various concerts and fun and events we've been to.
It's like, I don't want any more of my photos.
And some more photos of Janie Slash and Catalina, probably,
I'm pretty
too.
sure there's actually pictures that do exist of us together.
Are we together ever? I'm pretty sure there's actually quite a few.
We check in a lot at the same place.
We're always
We've
together.
known each other for a few
lot.
years.
Well,
Yeah,
like
now.
5 years. Over 5.
Over 5 now, yeah.
We met before Deadly Sins was even.
I want to say it was, what, Pot Zombie stuff? Something had to do with Justin, right?
Okay, so I'm sorry, we'll need to go back to that one, Ziggy.
Scat.
It's so we were at Rose Garden Funeral Party show Thursday night, and that is Leah Lane on stage, Eden in the foreground, and their keyboardist on the far left there. And that was a great show, Janie Slash.
Yes, it was a great show.
It
I got
was.
a rose from the Rose Garden. You know, and we saw Jeff. Jeff was there, which was cool.
Yeah.
And Frankie was there, which was amazing. And Cookie was there, which is amazing because we did metal DJ night, and we were all hanging out in Deep Ellum.
Out of focus pictures of
and
the
I
band.
had pie.
That
That would be taken by Satan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I took that. Downright. And so there's one kind of from the back in
I like
view.
it. Different
So
perspective.
Thank you. Yeah, that's 3 links in Deep Ellum with Rose Garden Funeral Party on stage. I guess they're playing in California like tonight or tomorrow night or something.
I believe they're in California right now.
All right, so concert footage. Yeah, there's our backdrop. So I don't know if you know about this, Catalina. We have concert footage, and there we all are at the Rose Garden Funeral Party show. Janie Slash, can you name all of them? Jeff's in there. Cookie's in there. Frankie's in there. Piper's in there. Piper's friend.
Oh, thank you, Piper, for your support on my glasses. She understands. She feels my pain.
Okay, are you on the chat room?
I'm in
Okay.
the chat room. If you want to
Hey,
chat with
big
me.
thank you to Piper for making
right
that
now.
show so fun. Arr.
I saw Piper last night too. Thank you for all your support.
Oh, now this is last weekend. We were not in Dallas. We were in Phoenix, and there's a cool picture of Mad Monster. I'm sorry, you said you couldn't see it.
Yeah, that's my monster. That was with Jessica Stabbit. She was Miss Arizona last year. We had her on the show. She's gonna be an official guest this year at Cult Classics.
Oh, heck yeah, that's
Raindrops
awesome.
and then a cactus.
That's Arizona. That was right in front of the hotel.
I miss those cacti.
Now, I took another blurry picture. This
Great
is
blurry photo. I
Yeah.
can tell that one of them is Levi.
David is on the far
and
right.
David.
Yeah,
and in the middle is the director, right? Damien.
Damien, yeah. The movie we're referring to there is Terrifier, with that creepy clown character.
Art the Clown, yeah.
Art the Clown. So he did a great Q&A section, a Q&A segment. That was real cool. So I took that. More blurry pictures coming up.
Oh, that one's not blurry. You
Yay.
lied.
Right, because someone else took it. All right, so
I didn't take it.
that's Jessica Stabbit, Sarah, and she has been a guest on the show. We'll see her at Cult Classic in Bastrop. Yeah, that's at her booth at the Mad Monster Horror Convention. Now, these guys are uber fans of Chucky, and they said these dolls were custom made.
They were pretty scary. They had them, I believe they took them into the photo op.
Those dudes did a pretty good job, man, of even the
Having
makeup
their
they
dolls
had.
custom. Oh, they let you hold one? Yeah.
Yeah, they let me hold one. Yeah. Well, actually, that doll was alive. It was. It was a doll.
How'd you get him to stand so still?
I squeezed him. Yeah, and I don't know. So that might be it for those still pics. Now, our Badass Women Female Character segment begins with a very cool movie called Pickings. You probably have not heard of this, but it is a revenge film. You picked the wrong woman to fuck with type of film. Okay. And so this trailer is a movie called Pickings, and we're going to talk over it because you're going to love this one.
Listen to me, lady. You're gonna pay for what you did. You hear me?
Troubling, got trouble on my mind.
Let me tell you something, Jimmy.
Troubling, growing up takes time.
If you were to come into my house and try to steal from me,
On and on, doing the best I can.
it'd be up to me whether you live or die.
Roll so long, trying to understand.
But her, she's a beast of a different nature.
Gets colder and darker the older you get.
She's got this condition.
The day's getting longer before the sun sets. And I ain't done with this one yet. Follow my shadow wherever it goes. Walking in circles, I step on my own soul. Where we're all going, nobody knows. Left or right, still got fight. You know how it goes. Out of mind, out of sight. I ain't dying here tonight.
See, the thing of it is, Jimmy,
I ain't dying here tonight.
you don't walk up to people you don't know.
Still got time to make things right.
Pick a fight with.
Still got time, it's alright.
How do I look? Do I look okay?
You see it? You see it?
That's pretty awesome.
You effed with the wrong woman. I love those revenge films. She has a condition.
Very intriguing.
Yes.
I liked a lot of the visuals.
Right. And did you see where it kind of went into the animation for a second on that
Yeah,
one?
that's going to be interesting. I'm assuming they would explain that in the actual film.
I don't know. Maybe it's based
That's
on the graphic
interesting.
novel. I'm not sure. Now, we love black metal on the Corpse Paint Show. And this next movie, Pyewacket, is that what it's called, Ziggy? Pyewacket, I think his Pyewacket is our next trailer, is a heavy metal logo film. Anyways, Pyewacket. So I want your opinion on this one too. You will like it. Pick the wrong woman to F with. Pyewacket. Pyewacket.
It's an amazing book.
Thank you.
But I just wish maybe you could write a little bit more about rituals.
Just careful what you believe in.
Yeah.
I love this part. I don't think the devil's role is to create evil, rather to expose the evil in the hearts of men by challenging the loyalty to God. That's cool.
I think our parents will always be our parents. I mean, like, we're supposed to look up to them, but they're really just people, right?
What's wrong?
You tell me. Ever since your father died, you've been into that occult crap. It makes me feel better. And my friends, your friends are losers, Leah, like you're becoming. Every time I look at you, I see your father's face. God, I wish I could just wipe it off. I wish you were dead!
Darkness, I charge you with this sign. Mother in the night are mine. I invite you to come. Pyewacket.
Pyewacket can take many forms.
Where'd you go?
Don't trust your lying eyes.
I can't believe you wanted to kill your own mother.
Leah, just let me in. Just open the door.
Black magic starts with you and it will end in you.
Hello?
Yeah. Pyewacket.
I'm definitely down for that one.
I
It
am
looks
too.
really
It's heavy
fun.
metal horror.
Yeah.
Like I said. And
I like occult movies, and it looked like it was done really well.
yes, and she talked about killing her mother. I'm not sure if she goes through with it here, but I kind of hope so because that mother was, you want her gone.
Yeah,
Pyewacket.
she wasn't too nice.
And the logo, it was spiky, like a black metal band.
Still couldn't see it.
Couldn't.
I'm sure it was great.
It was. It was freaking great. We want to tell everyone about
Thank you
Pyewacket.
for telling me.
You're welcome.
It didn't say when it's coming out, or is it out yet? Do we know?
I
Is it
actually think
available
I
on
sent him
streaming
that
or?
trailer.
I don't think it's out yet.
Oh, okay. It's still doing
Maybe-
the festival, doing this festival run.
Maybe
then.
someone can research and reply to Janie Slash in the chat room.
Yeah.
I could try to Google it.
Okay.
What? Use the internet?
Now, all right. So before we get to Torturer, we're going to talk about Torturer, and we're going to talk about it.
Ziggy probably already has the answer.
Yeah, it says that it was released March 23rd of this year.
All right.
So probably available on some sort of streaming service.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Hey, when we were in Arizona,
Mhm.
I visited all the booths. We like to support the vendors, so at least see what they have. And so I bought this cool flag, which is right here. I want to show everybody. It's very blasphemic. Keep it lit. Yeah. That's our burning church flag.
Yes.
For the Corpsepaint Show. I'm just gonna do the show from behind here. And let me just tell you, before we get to torture, we're going to show the website, we're going to show all the info, etc. Hilarious music video. Hilarious music video. Go ahead, Janie.
I got nothing.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Fine.
yeah. You were talking about this video. You said
yeah.
it's going to be super, super fun.
Okay, so
and that's why we need to talk over it.
Yeah, you need to talk over it. So my friend Chris Host, shout out to Chris. Thank you for turning me on to this band called Starcrawler, based in L.A. Now, a word of warning: this is a music video by an L.A. band, and so therefore everyone in it is skinny. It's L.A. So
What does that do with anything?
the song is called "I Love L.A." by Starcrawler, and it tells a whole story. Please tell me what you think of this. I think it is hilarious.
Dude, that video looked so expensive. All
Did
I
it?
saw were dollar signs.
You did?
Yes, those first of all, it was great video. Like,
Yeah.
for real, it was great video. The editing was awesome. Those costumes looked so expensive, especially that fringe one, the gold one. That had some money behind it, like quite a bit.
It was well made.
It was, yeah. I liked it a lot, and the song was fun too.
The
Sorry,
song
I know
is fun.
that
I
was
love
talking
LA.
about the video,
I love
but
LA.
the song itself was very, very like catchy and fun.
Great garage rock from Starcrawler, and what a cool band. All right, so yeah, you saw how skinny they are. So,
But it's also they're very young, so
yeah. All right,
and
so
they
look,
have awesome metabolism.
but then all that slow motion, I guess that's all part of editing and film production and all that. So
It depends on how they filmed it. You know, sometimes people will film it in slow motion, or sometimes they'll film it at a certain frame rate and then slow it down. And that's just up to the director and stuff.
Kinda
They
cool,
obviously
though,
had a
huh?
really, really good camera. Everything
good
looked
camera
great.
and good lighting and
Yeah.
and yeah,
They didn't just use the sun.
right. You're in charge of lighting. Janie, are you saying that it's hard to see because of the new lighting we have in the studio?
Anytime I put on glasses, it's always been this way. I have a reflection. It reflects
Okay.
off, and I can't really see too well, and it makes my eyes. I have very sensitive eyes. That's all. It's
Oh,
fine. I
okay.
don't want to talk about it anymore. I just can't see what's on the big screen. It's just blurry. I can kind of see. It's just blurry.
Okay.
So
all right.
that's
all right.
why I'm not contributing. I'm
No,
totally
you're
happy.
contributing.
Everything's
It's totally
great. I don't really want to talk about it anymore, bring it up anymore. I'm
Now-
just trying to sit over here and just be happy.
I think what's
Should
next
tell me.
on
I would have worn my glasses too.
It would be great if
for
we could
solidarity.
have quiet mics every once in a while so I can tell you these things off air.
Okay. All right. Duly noted. Now, The Torturer and Little Spark Films, you have your own website, and let's talk about The Torturer, the film you're making with Paul Kane and with Paul T. Taylor, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Side note, he was hilarious in that little short called Alternative Math that I made Janie / watch on Friday.
Yeah, that was really good. I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Very funny. But, okay, so we want to show your website, and let's talk about the fundraiser and the other things you got going for making your new film, The Torturer. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
It's
is
such
that
a great website too?
Joe spent a lot of time on it.
It looks really good.
He's been putting it together for a few months now. If you scroll down, there's the bunch of different interviews. Actually, Joe talked to the Chatterer, Nicholas Vince, I want to say last week or the week before.
Did he? Cool.
Yeah. So they had
that on
they
there?
had a discussion.
Okay.
It's on the website. They talked about obviously the torture, but they also talked about some trauma films and some Richard Matheson stories.
Is that website littlesparkfilms.com?
Nope, that's a different website.
Okay.
It's the torture movie.net, I believe, or .com. And then littlesparkfilms.net. So Little Spark Films is going to have all of our like music videos. Oh yeah, there we go. Obviously, we're going to like try to push people towards the torture because this is going to be like our next year of investment, and it's going to be a short film. It's going to be about 20 minutes long, but still, there's a lot of tiny bits and pieces to go to be able to put it together. So we're trying to focus everything on that, and we of course we are still accepting music videos, and we're still doing the promos for Deadly Sins, and I like making those. They're fun. It's an excuse for me to look at everybody's butts. So, and
I
boobs.
love it. I'm always excited. I'm always like, yay, new promo video, share it.
But I am running out of music, so. Anyone wants to donate music to Deadly Sins?
Local bands.
Local bands want to donate music to
wanna
Deadly Sins promo videos.
Featured in our promo. Our anniversary show promo is coming up soon.
Well, let me reach out to metal bands and ask them.
Yeah,
Ask them, absolutely.
dude. Yes,
yeah, and then
yes.
Good. Okay.
Also, you're assembling a great team, it sounds like, for The Torturer.
Yes. Sorry. Back to The Torturer. We had our auditions for the role of the Torturer today, actually. So there's a new place in Oak Cliff called Elevate Dallas. They're a co-working space, like co-working sharing space, but they focus mostly on art. So they have an art studio and like a 3D printer and so on and so forth, and you can buy like a certain amount of time to go through, and they're very, very affordable, which was cool because they're brand new. And because we have a co-working space like near us in Arlington, and they were like $50 an hour, $50 to $75 to $100 an hour to even like get like the conference room, because that was really all I wanted. But
so you're saying this is where you had the auditions?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we went over to Elevate Dallas and we had the auditions there. They went really, really well. I mean, I know who I like, and I know who Joe likes. And Richard Houghton was there to help us. He's been helping us with the audition, with the audition process. Yeah. Right. And he said that
he has a show on the On Air Media Network.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Far Out Fiesta, which is Thursdays, right? Thursday nights. Mm-hmm. So Richard was there, and we know who Richard likes, so we just gotta be like, we're gonna give it a few days.
Is it all different people?
Huh?
Is it all different people?
No, we all like the same person.
But about how many?
Good. That's good.
Okay,
You made it sound like it was gonna be different. I was like, I guess gonna have like a death match.
No. There was there was no contest really. And this is a person already, just based on the initial audition that he did. We had a video audition first. Like, we gave him the sides and said, hey, here's 2 weeks. Can you make a video audition and just send it in? Based on his video audition, we were like, yeah, we really like this dude.
Okay. All right.
But none of that's been confirmed yet. So.
All right. Is a lot of filmmaking these days a video submission of your audition? If someone is audition or
most times when you submit for an audition, they want a real resume and a headshot.
Real resume, headshot.
Well, I mean, initially, yeah. Initially, what you would send in if someone was saying, "Hey, we're scheduling an audition for something," you would send in as much information as you have. A lot of people didn't have a reel. Actually, a lot of people that sent in, they would just send in their headshot and their resume. There were a few people that had reels, but honestly, we didn't even pick anyone that had reels.
Oh,
we didn't.
There you go.
But that was just for us personally. Most people, they want a reel.
Yeah,
All right.
sure. There's a lot of them that say don't even bother submitting unless you have a real.
Well, it's just because it's so time consuming. Like if you have a lot of people that are submitting, then I mean, just on a headshot alone, it's like, okay, well maybe this person does look like they could fit this role, but then you look at the reel and you're like, oh, hey, I don't like
terrible actor.
Yeah.
Or
We had someone that we liked his look, and then we got his video audition in, and his voice did not match what he looked like.
Gotcha. So sometimes it's voice.
That happens so weird.
Yeah.
That happens
You want-
a lot.
Crazy, and I was like, no, this is not going to work.
Can't overdub a voice.
No.
It's been done.
I mean,
Well.
you can.
Not well.
but
Not well.
It's really weird, but whatever.
Yeah, there was actually two. There were two like that they had. Their voice was just not gonna.
All right. So The Torturer, and it's written by Paul Kane. So explain who he is.
Oh yeah, here I brought stuff.
Oh, good. Okay.
Show us your stuff. Oh, that stuff. Okay.
So yeah, I know.
I'm kidding.
Of course, I would bring a book. Sorry.
Okay. So
of course, I
talk
would
about
bring-
it. What is it?
So this is Sherlock Holmes and the Servants of Hell, and it is a Hellraiser and Sherlock Holmes crossover, which is pretty awesome because I mean I love both.
Written by.
And it is written by Paul Kane, and he did actually get permission from everyone to write this book. He got everyone's blessing, and it's very, very interesting. He's the forewords by Barbie Wilde, who is the female Cenobite, and she herself is an author, and she's incredibly talented. I'm looking forward to getting her book that she wrote about.
May I interject a question? Is Paul Kane the writer of Hellraiser? Is he the writer of some of the Hellraisers, or
No,
No,
he's not the
okay.
writer of any Hellraisers. So Clive Barker is who wrote. I guess we'll have a short Hellraiser history lesson.
Please, yes.
She's the perfect person to get it.
Yeah, please make sure that I keep it short though, because I will go off on tangents. So, Hellbound Heart was the short story. It's actually a novella that Clive Barker wrote, and then he took that and made it into the first Hellraiser film. So it's basically his universe, and then he wrote. He writes a lot of different stories, a lot of horror, fantasy, so on and so forth. So, like Candyman came from the Books of Blood, and Nightbreed comes from Cabal, which was also a short story. Rawhead Rex. I remember y'all had that discussion about Rawhead Rex, and so that's Clive Barker. Now, Hellraiser, we're at 10 films now. He only wrote like the first one, and he just kind of like oversaw some of the other ones, and he's just kind of been backing out slowly. But Dimension pretty much owns the Hellraiser franchise, and there are not a lot of Hellraiser books. It's basically Hellbound Heart, and then he wrote the Scarlet Gospels a few years ago. Well, several now, but Scarlet Gospels, which is kind of like putting an end to Pinhead's role in just trying to like wrap all that up. Pinhead, the most famous Cenobite, really. And there's, graphic novels, comic books, so on and so forth. So this one, Sherlock Holmes and the Servants of Hell, takes place before Pinhead even existed. So these are completely new Cenobites that you've never heard of, that you've never seen before, and they're really creative. Like, Joe has his favorite Cenobites in this story. I have my favorite Cenobites. It's really, really interesting. And then they did design a new box too. So the box itself is made by hand by configurationboxes.com. Derek Neal from configurationboxes.com.
That's my favorite one of the boxes. I love
So,
the boxes.
did Paul Kane start writing more of the screenplays for the movies?
He hasn't written any screenplays for the movies. He did write a coffee table book, which was called The Hellraiser Films and Their Legacy. So, very large edition book that just kind of collects and gives you like a general overview of how important the Hellraiser films have been to their fan base. And, because, they're really, really prolific. It's a very, very long-standing franchise. And people are very opinionated on what they like, what they don't like. And a lot of people are like, this is fine, sort of thing. And I think it's just because, you know, we're the Clive Barker fans are really, really awesome because they're very, very passionate. And they're pretty well read and well versed in the universe itself.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fun, actually. You're always learning something new with Clive Barker fans.
Will there be Cenobites in The Torturer?
No. Okay, so there will not be any Cenobites in The Torturer. It is not a Hellraiser related thing at all. Paul Kane also does write science fiction stories. He writes Robin Hood stories. He's written quite a few of those, which is pretty cool. He recently did do a new adaptation of Hellbound Heart, which they did as an audio drama. It's pretty cool. It's like a movie for your ears. And they updated it so it doesn't take place in the 80s anymore. It actually does take place like now, where they actually have cell phones. I still haven't ordered it yet. I should probably do that. I mean, I heard a clip and it was pretty amazing.
It's on audio only, or?
Yeah.
Cool.
So no Cenobites are going to be in The Torturer. The Torturer is just the reason we bring up Sherlock Holmes and the Servants of Hell is just because that's how we actually met Paul Kane, or started talking to him at first, because we had made a trailer for this box. You kind of like showing off the box. It was like an ad for the box. And then we were like, okay, well, we'll just take some lines from this book since they're related. And then Clive Barker cast called it a book trailer. And that thought hadn't occurred to us to call it a book trailer, just because I didn't know that was a thing.
Right.
And so Paul Kane really, really liked it. And he was like, hey, you know.
Word got to him from
Barker Cast.
Barker Cast.
Mm-hmm. So thanks, Barker Cast.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool. We met them at Frightmare.
Yeah, you're nice. Directing or helping direct Torturer?
I'm mainly I'm mainly the editor, but I'm also producing this one.
And the director is?
The director's Joe Manco.
Is Joe? Okay,
It's Joe. Yeah, the Joe that I keep talking about.
Yeah, Joe Manco.
And he was here a few weeks ago, I believe.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yay, Joe!
I didn't want to share space with him now.
That's all right.
It's your turn.
Yeah.
She
Very
is
cool.
a fantastic editor.
Now, on our show, we typically put your logo on the screen, and we talk about Little Spark Films. Little Spark Films is you and Joe, and that's what we've been talking about: music videos and film and photography.
That's you and Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like that picture there. So,
that was back before we did Little Spark Films. Although y'all were there for when we decided to actually do Little Spark Films. It was because we weren't happy with with the edits of our music videos that we were getting. And I had told Joe, I was like, dude, didn't you go to school for this?
Yeah. Maybe
you could just. He's like, well, I'm out of practice. I'm like, we have the internet. I think you'll be able to figure it out.
I love that. Just go to the internet. You can do it.
Joe told me once that sometimes you guys stay up late at night and just kind of kick ideas around and throw ideas at each other. And sometimes this is how, good thoughts come up, and stories and projects. And
yeah. If you see me posting on Instagram at like 2 or 3 in the morning, yeah.
That means you're in a.
I like the live videos.
The brainstorming session.
I'm not doing the live videos anymore.
Oh
okay?
my gosh, my favorite were your live videos.
Oh, right. I remember some of them. Okay, why not?
I don't even know what was said in that one.
I can't do live. I tried to go live, and every time I go live, it drops. So I've given up on going live.
Mine kept dropping last night during the pre-show. But people liked it. It was a good pre-show.
Was it? Yeah, it was. Sorry. I'm like, was it?
Yeah, of course it was.
Thank you is what I meant to say.
So we're referring to last night, which was Deadly Sins Burlesque and Sideshow in Deep Ellum.
At Wits
End. And guess what's coming up this week? Janie Slash's birthday bash.
Yes.
Now that is on Friday, July 27th.
Duke's Ice House.
May I point out to the world that July, there it is.
Yeah.
This birthday bash.
And Joe Manco made my flyer.
Joe made that flyer.
Yeah,
that is a badass flyer. Look, everyone is invited.
And he
it's
took
free.
The photo underneath the flyer.
Ziggy, our production manager, said he would probably be there. It's Friday. It's free.
Come party with me.
And it's
Me
at
too.
Duke's Ice
And all
House
my
in Addison.
We're actually all going to be there.
It's
right?
going to be a burlesque show. Yeah.
It's a free burlesque show / birthday bash for Janie / Now, Friday.
And then also Tuesday's bingo.
Burlesque bingo. Friday, besides being your birthday, is also this lunar eclipse day, a major lunar eclipse.
You can't see it here, though.
Right, but most of the world will be celebrating your birthday while watching the lunar eclipse.
Yeah, it's pink, too. It's a pink moon or something. I don't remember.
Oh, that's
something about pink.
Thank you. Yeah, so he was showing the flyer of Burlesque Bingo, which is every Tuesday. So you've got 2 events coming up at Duke's this week.
Yeah.
And do you want to talk about where you're going in August? Because you won't be here on the Corpsepaint Show.
Well,
So
I thought we were talking about that next week.
all right, we'll talk about next week. You're right. Yeah,
What
and
we
that
should be
Suspense.
talking about is our badass sponsor.
which is Corpse Factory.
Yeah.
Yes, Brandon runs that company.
Yes.
And Corpse Factory is, you know, he's got a whole bunch of new announcements and things that I've been noticing on Facebook too. So,
he's getting ready for the big convention in August. So
which is here in Dallas. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that they posted. They got a bunch of new dresses in and stuff. And
Yeah,
I'm
they
like,
do.
I
I'm
need to go
excited.
shopping.
I need to go shopping.
Corpse Factory.
Yes, you can buy badass dresses from Crucial 666, Rock Rebel, Liquor Brand. I know he's getting some new brands in. I'm really excited. He's been telling me about the amazing things he's getting. You can get accessories. They sell
always have
amazing
really cool
bags
stuff.
and purses.
Good.
I love them. And you can also get Living Dead dolls.
Oh yeah,
And they
we
sell men's
have a few of
clothing,
those.
too.
Yeah,
So all the guys out there looking for some horror fashion, check out corpsefactory.com.
Shirts and things like that for guys.
Yes.
We got to have Brandon on the show to talk about his whole line.
Yes.
But the website is corpsefactory.com. Corpse Factory is a partner with us.
Yes.
The Corpsepaint Show and the corpsefactory.com certainly go hand in hand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we
Where I
make
get
corpses.
the majority of my clothing from.
We make corpses and then we paint them and we
Yes,
slap
see,
on that paint.
men's clothes. I love the Goosebumps fashion line from Crucial 666.
They're so cute. We haven't bought any because we're afraid that our kid will steal them from us.
What does that mean? Steal
We
your
haven't-
clothes?
we haven't bought any Goosebumps related clothing because she would steal it.
Even if it doesn't fit and just
Oh yeah,
wear it?
no,
just
even
wear
if it doesn't
Okay.
fit, she'd just be like, "This is
Okay.
mine.
This is mine. It's
This is for
Goosebumps."
kids." And I'm like, "No, we only bring you because I don't have to pay for a babysitter." No, we're not.
Hey,
gonna
my
She's
little
so
sisters used to try to steal my clothes when they were 6 and I was a teenager.
Oh.
I'd be like, that's my shirt. And they're like, yeah, so. Kids, man.
It's cute.
Hey, look, one other event this Wednesday. Do you want to just mention it briefly? You're going to be.
Retro Game Night is this Wednesday at Wits End. It is a free night of awesome gaming. They have several televisions set up with all different types of retro game consoles and retro games. That you
Like
can
Sega,
play.
and you can play.
They'll have a Sega, like an NES, all the different things. You can play all the fun games. I'll be there dressed like Sonic the Hedgehog. With
And
my
you can play
golden
Sonic
hula
the Hedgehog.
hoop. And you can play Sonic the Hedgehog with Sonic the Hedgehog while she hula hoops. You just might have to stand a little bit away from me. Also, Fatty Rage will be there dressed like Mario, and Cookie will be Luigi, and there might be a couple more awesome people dropping by in costumes. So come out, dress up.
And let's point out that
Have
this
a
is
good time.
the
Have a
original
party.
Retro Game Night.
Also, DJ Satan will be DJing some 80s hits.
That's me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So at Retro Game
Satan
Night,
loves the 80s.
it's at Retro Game Night. It's all 80s. So,
80s.
Not 70s, not 60s, not even 90s.
No.
Just 80s.
Right. For Retro Game Night. Hey, I brought another trailer of a hilarious independent film called Pazicus. And there are so many references to Cannibal Holocaust and Fulci film. And I want to see if you can spot them all and count them all. This is a really, really funny movie, too. Pazicus. You probably haven't heard of it, right? It's another little underground independent film. But Pazicus. Pazicus. That one.
This is pretty awesome branding too.
Cool, huh? Oh, did I tell you there's a lot of screaming?
To the sound of evil. It is out there, waiting. Powerful, deadly, invisible. They came to take a holiday.
It's Pazicus.
Now, they are running for their lives. Because something is out there. There are secrets. There are mysteries.
There are secrets.
There are forces beyond imagination. Challenge them.
Really?
And every living creature, every blade of grass will turn against you.
There's no dialogue, it's just
Prepare
screaming.
yourself for the fright of your life.
They needed more bromo seltzer.
An experience in terror and suspense.
Okay. I don't know what it's about, and there's a lot of. It's. I don't think they know either. There's a lot of screaming, and.
It's called. You left off the rest of the title.
Okay, what is it?
It's called Pazicus, the Island of Vomit and Despair.
Oh,
the Island of Vomit.
That actually
That
is
makes
kind
sense.
of important.
So now it's
dude.
like, oh, that's why they're all screaming and vomiting and touching their faces.
They're caught on an island, which is an island of vomit and despair.
It has a 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb. Somehow that fucking, I don't know. It's an hour and 50 minutes. I don't know if I could do 2 hours.
Okay.
2 hours?
So let's
I
stop.
have this thing that I feel like the perfect timing for movies is between 87 and 89 minutes if it's going to be a horror. I don't think it should go any longer.
Right, an hour and a half max.
99 is absolutely.
Okay.
What about slow burns?
That includes.
That would include slow burn. Oh yeah.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
No, slow burns 89 minutes max for 89.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's the way Janie Slash is. If it's more than 90 minutes, I
We
just
had
can't
this,
get her to
I
watch
had
it.
this argument with him. It was like drunken discussion about how I thought 87 to 89 minutes is the perfect length for a horror film.
I can see it too.
He was like, "You need to
We
go
stay
to
up
sleep."
late and get drunk and talk about ideas too.
He doesn't drink.
You drink coffee.
I
and
drink
you
a
get
lot
wired.
of coffee.
So you
No,
got sloppy drunk, half awake Janie Slash, like, and he's just hyper and won't stop.
And like, look at this. Look at this one. Look at this one.
And then
Take a
I
look at
turn
this
into
one.
The Exorcist and projectile vomit everywhere.
Oh.
It looks kind of like that movie. Actually, that's only after pool parties.
What did you think of the color of that red vomit?
Fine at the last
Oh, the one I was fine. I was drinking all that tea. I was fine.
Yeah. That tea was really good. Sorry.
It came out of a bottle.
And I don't care what you guys say. I am bringing a box next time.
Bring a box.
You brought the bottle.
I know.
Hey, in
but
fact,
it's
we're
'cause
still
I felt
drinking
bad
that.
about
Thank you very
bringing
much.
a box.
Tea comes in a box. The tea comes in a box.
Yeah. The best kind of tea comes in a box. Which they were sold out earlier today. I was pretty sad.
Hey, now, since this show is about strong women and strong women bands and directors and filmmakers and actors.
What
and
did that
et cetera.
last preview have to do with women?
Oh, the
Pretty
screaming.
sure it was directed by him.
It was the screaming and
What?
the swimsuit scene.
That's offensive.
But the guys were screaming too.
That doesn't
All right.
make it any better to what you said.
So-
You're just digging a hole and Ziggy can see it.
Look,
so he's covering his face.
look.
Okay, so strong women. I like Catherine Bigelow. She is a fantastic director.
She is.
She is so awesome. And Dark Days really, really messed with me, and I never want to watch it again. But it is so good.
Dark Days?
Y'all have never seen it. It's-
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
All right, so she directed it. Recent movie?
Oh no! I would say mid '90s, early '90s, even possibly. Right?
Dark Days.
Yeah, early. Ziggy's nodding. I think he's gonna pull it up.
Is it a cult film?
I don't even know. Does it? I'm not even sure if it has like a big It's Strange Days. Excuse me. Thank you. It's Strange Days is what it is. I was like, that doesn't sound right. It's because it's a different title. Who was in it? I want to say it's like Angela Bassett and one of the Vines, and Strange Days.
Yes,
And-
it's got
and-
Juliette Lewis,
Yes,
Ralph Fiennes,
There's so many
Angela
people in
Bassett,
it.
and Tom Sizemore.
Yeah, it's a really, really good cast. But it's
95.
95. There we go. Yes, mid 90s. It's a really, really interesting movie because it's about this guy who's a serial rapist, and it takes place in the future, and they have like this thing that you can put on someone else so you can feel their feelings, or like they can feel your feelings. And so this guy's going around raping people while they're feeling themselves being raped.
Woo.
It's really messed up.
Yeah.
It's good. Seriously, it's a really, really
What's
good
the name
film.
of the director again?
Catherine Bigelow.
Cool.
Who also directed Hurt Locker.
Yeah, she did Hurt Locker.
Oh.
She won for Hurt Locker,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, she won.
Yeah. It's just I don't like war movies. They make me really sad, so I don't really watch war movies. But she did do that movie about Detroit recently that it looks like it was going to be really heavy, so I didn't watch it, but I wanted to watch it. And I really, the thing that I really respect about her is that Detroit came out around the same time as another very popular female-fronted film, and like one of the things about that female-fronted film is that they kept on saying it's a woman director, and Catherine Bigelow comes in. She has this movie that came out, and nowhere in it does it say female director or from the director of Hurt Locker. I think it just says from the director of Hurt Locker. I think it might say her name at the very, very end, like just in a flash, because she's trying to sell the film, not the fact that she's a female filmmaker. She's trying to sell the film, which I really, really respect.
Is it a documentary about Detroit? No.
No. It was an actual like feature film that was a dramatization of the social unrest that was going on, and it stars what's his name? Finn from Star Wars?
John Boyega.
Yes, thank you, John Boyega.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, gotcha.
But so, sorry, I've been wanting to get that in there. Catherine Bigelow, she's awesome.
We want to direct people to your Facebook too, Little Spark Films. Torturer has a Facebook page?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And they have an Instagram too.
Yeah.
The Torturer.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The Torturer.
So again, this is a movie in production, written by Paul Kane.
Yep.
Will star Paul T. Taylor, who was
Yeah, he was actually on the show.
the Pinhead,
recently.
but he's Pinhead in the latest
Pinhead
Hellraiser.
in Hellraiser Judgment. And he does a really great job of being Pinhead. He's really, really
he's very
like
versatile.
aloof. Yeah, he's very aloof, and he was in Super, and he was in Sin City, which was funny because I was just kind of like spacing out the other day, and I put on Sin City to have on in the background, and then I was like, well, I haven't actually watched it in a long time, so I ended up just sitting there and watching it, like actually paying attention to how they filmed it and everything, and I was like, holy crap, that is Paul, how crazy.
Yeah.
And he plays a completely different character, right? Like you said, he is very versatile.
When you're watching a movie,
He's so nice.
he is.
So nice.
When you're watching a movie, can you really enjoy it and get into it, or are you trying to deconstruct it?
It really depends. I try really hard to just enjoy it. Like it's easier when you're in the theater, when you go to the theater and
Gotcha.
watch a movie because
I love
You're
you
more
get paid
immersed,
for it.
maybe.
Right.
I love watching movies with Joe and Catalina because they'll be like, wow, this is the best that movie has ever looked right now, or oh, the sound, or oh, this or that, things I never would pick up on.
Well, remember we
Yes,
we went
you
to
and Joe do that, like when we watch movies.
we went to
Old
Halloween
movies.
Pussy
It's
Trap
not-
Kill Kill and yelled at the screen.
I had fun yelling at the screen.
Oh yeah, you knew what was going to happen. You knew in advance. As a filmmaker, I think that you know how these scenes are set up, and you know what is going to happen, especially in a horror film.
Yeah, but I like it when that doesn't happen. You know, when they set you up for something
Yeah.
and then they totally don't follow through.
I think that also just as a horror fan, somebody who watches a lot of movies, you know.
Yeah.
It's not so much a director. Just a fan.
But you can immerse yourself more if you're actually in a theater as opposed to watching something at home.
So, yeah, as opposed to watching something at home, which we were actually just gifted a brand new, like, really big TV, which is pretty awesome. So.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
So we're gonna have
Cool.
movie parties at your house.
We can now.
All right.
Yeah, we can now.
We'll bring the popcorn.
And we're still in the process of hooking up the computer through. So Crystal, Living Dead Girl, she gave us because they moved. Yeah, she gave us the.
No kidding! Great.
That was really, really awesome. So thank you guys, because we have this amazing editing monitor now too.
We were watching a documentary on the video nasties from Britain in the 80s and early 90s, and their point was that when VHSs came out, you could watch them at home. Okay, and Ziggy, I found this super interesting. So they said that way children or adults could rewind the most violent scene and rewatch it again and again, and that would somehow be detrimental to their health. And as opposed to going to the theater, which they did not ban though, or cut out any scenes from movies that were shown at a theater, because you were not able to control, the watching. But
I
at home,
remember not doing that necessarily, but for example, like I was having a slumber party. I think it was like 13, and we rented Salem's Lot. And that scene where Mr. Barlow comes through the ground, through the floor in the prison of the jail. We rewatched that like 40 times just trying to watch it. Like we would rewind, cover our eyes, scream, and then like rewind it again.
Right.
Again, and again,
it was fun.
Just to see who could actually sit through it and watch it. No, now it's not scary, but at the time it was one of the most horrifying things ever. So we used to do that. We used to see the scary scenes and we would rewind them and just try to brave ourselves up to watch them. Not necessarily the most gruesome things, just scary shit like that.
Yeah.
The jump scenes. Because they were coming, and it's the adrenaline rush and the excitement about it.
The British Film Board's argument in the 80s was that if you rewatched a gory scene again and again and again, which you could do at home if you had a VHS tape, this would somehow make you a horrible person.
Yeah, it's funny. We actually at Frightmare we had a Cenobite roundtable with a bunch of the original Cenobites, and Paul was there too, of course. And that video nasties did come up, and Nicholas Vince was talking about how they had done Clive Barker had done a play that was so ridiculously inappropriate for school, and they were still, I think he said that they were like in high school, and then the play itself got like banned or something, because there was like the whole play was talking about sex and trying to figure out, coming of age sort of thing, and they explored all different kinds of sex. So there was like men with men and parents freaked out. But the point of the play was that they were trying to say that that the kids they were experimenting because no one had ever talked to them.
Yeah.
So they had said, well, maybe if the kids had been talked to and it was more of like an open discussion, then they wouldn't have, like kids got pregnant and had abortions and then died and things like that. It was like really, really dramatic. But he mentioned the video nasties, and they had said that basically the British, moral police have pretty much always been that way of like, no, that's bad.
Yeah, they did it when punk rock emerged, and they did it for these movies in the 80s, and started blaming all of society's ills on horror films. Yeah, they tried to make a connection.
Now you have video games.
Look, now, if their argument was true, all of us have the ability to rewind films at home and rewatch scenes, and there has not been an outbreak of violence or anything like that of people duplicating these gory movies.
My parents gave me the movies. They showed me the movies. They let me watch them, and I mean, I'm a rat lover. I have like 6 rats at home and 2 dogs, but yeah, we talked about it. They showed me all the movies, and I watched a bunch of horror. And they bought me like all the little dolls that I wanted. I had like a massive collection of action figures from like horror films and things like that.
You should embrace, I think embrace horror films. I think it helps kids cope with violence that they're going to see out in the world.
It was also the only thing my parents could relate to me on. So if they didn't have that, they have nothing.
Oh, gotcha.
That is important, though.
That and Star Wars.
Like you, I think you've said before, you have a little kid, and you sometimes watch various movies with her.
Well, yeah, she's 5, so she's not watching anything too crazy. But when Book of Life came out a few years ago, a lot of people, it was actually unrated. It was not rated because they wanted to give it a PG-13. They wanted to give it a PG-13 rating, and they had intended for it to be a children's film. But some of the characters do die. A lot of parents thought that was too violent or too scary.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, death is something that is a part of life, so I think it's okay for kids. And it's a cartoon. It's something that they try to deal with in a really, really sweet way. That
You used it, you're saying, as is tool the right word to talk to your daughter about stages of life?
Right. Well, because our cat died actually Frightmare weekend. It was a pretty crazy weekend, and then we got to the end and it was like, okay, well, that's a downer. So that was really, really difficult, and she does bring it up a lot still. I mean, it's like a really hard concept to wrap your head around, especially since no one knows what happens, and we're non-religious, so we're not gonna say, oh, she went to heaven or something like that. So we're just like, well, no one knows, but we're happy that we had the time with her, so we have good memories, and just try to focus on that.
She knows a lot of horror films now, it seems like, or at least knows of the characters.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, y'all have been to our house. We have lots of pops, and we have shelves full of. Actually, the Hellraiser shelf, the Clive Barker shelf, has his own section upstairs in our room. That's its own thing. They get their own shelf. In fact, I have to buy another shelf for
more Clive Barker stuff.
Clive Barker
yeah,
stuff.
and torturer stuff coming
That's
up.
Cool, and but no, I mean, she knows. When we filmed the campaign video for, I don't know if we can show the campaign video. Can we?
We have shown it in previous
okay, cool.
episodes, but
cool.
it's on your website.
Yes.
So
yes.
let's see if Ziggy could go back to it.
Well, I don't want to bore your audience or anything.
No. But we definitely have pushed the torturer and the campaign.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I do. I watch the show a lot. It's kind of weird because usually I'm in the chat room being
chatting with her right now.
This
but you're talking about how River was at the campaign video, right?
Yeah. She was there when we were shooting the campaign video, and she's just like, Mom, Dad, I know that's Hellraiser. She just calls him Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Which is pretty adorable.
You mean to Paul?
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
She was so cute, though. She was so quiet.
Oh yeah, we were trying to get room tone or something, and out of nowhere you just hear.
She yawned.
Janie Slash was there. Yeah,
she yawned. It was the cutest thing ever.
Is Janie Slash the makeup artist for the torturer?
No.
No. Oh, okay.
I just went up there to help out for something. And
that shot. Okay.
Yeah, we. I don't want to announce our special effects artist yet because we have not been able to put down our deposit to secure him. But but he is pretty much the best makeup artist. In town. Y'all know who it is.
Yes, I know who it is.
Oh, okay.
I'm the one who told
you're
you
the one that
to
was like, yeah, you really need to reach out to him.
Gotcha. Okay.
I did. I told her what to do.
Endorsed by Janie Slash.
And she listened to me.
Yay!
I was just really, really intimidated because this person is so accomplished.
I didn't tell her what to do. I gave her advice.
Recommendation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And I listened.
And it worked.
It did. Thank you.
Awesome.
I'm really looking forward to it. We sat down and we had a meeting, and he was just like, dude, and we went through the script page by page, and he was like, dude, this is, it would be so cool to do this and this and this and this. And he's someone that is known for his attention to detail. So, I'm pretty excited.
Good. I think
I'm excited too. I can't wait to see it.
Signs of a good film from a filmmaker is when they talk about attention to detail like you just did, and the audio, that it pops and that it's strong and that it's right there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has to be almost like a country song where it's right up front.
Mm-hmm.
So, my opinion.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna work on the audio, and of course we know a lot of people that are going to be able to mix and master it so that it sounds really, really good. I mean, I wanna get it subtitled in Spanish so that way we can send it to like South America and Mexico and stuff like that. So I mean, and I've been collecting all these different ideas for where we can send it for when it goes on the festival run.
It's so good to have you here to talk about the torture.
We gotta raise the money first.
Yes.
Oh,
let's
so
talk about the Kickstarter.
Let's talk about the Kickstarter, and you're right. Thank you for being here. This has been really, really cool, and I think the Torturer
this is fun.
is going to be so awesome. All right, so the Kickstarter video is on the Torturer website.
Yep.
It's just a little kind of a mini story about what you guys are doing, and this is the one that Joe's in with Paul T. Taylor.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that is hilarious. It's so good.
Anyone? Help! Help! Hey everyone, I'm Joe, the director for the new Little Spark film, The Torturer. You gonna let me out? Oh, hang tight there, buddy. So, this is Paul. You might recognize him from some films like Sin City, Super, and Hellraiser Judgment. We got a great script written by shadow writer Paul Kane. It's already been published in a series of short stories called Nail Biters. And get this, it's even currently being adapted into a graphic novel.
What's that got to do with anything?
Oh, well, Paul, you're going to star in this film, and I'm sorry, but it's going to be brutal.
Brutal, huh?
Well, yeah. It's a film called The Torturer, and it's from a book called Nail Biters. You bet your ass it's going to be brutal. And people watching this video can donate to your pain and suffering. And in return, they can receive some awesome perks listed here between us.
I read all of them.
Sweet suffering.
So, everyone, please, send us some funds so we can get this thing made. And in return, you'll receive some awesome stuff. Till then, keep your eyes peeled.
What should you be doing?
Don't do that! No!
TorturerMovie.com. And that's where you can make a donation and contribution to the film to help get this made.
Yes. If you go to torturemovie.com in bright yellow letters, and I'm pretty sure it's in all caps as well as underlined, you just click the link. There, right there. Okay, it's not in all caps.
But it is
we
bold.
had enough restraint to not put
It
it
is
in all
bold
caps.
and right in your face.
Oh, crap. Okay,
Easy
we're
to
almost at
find.
400, so that's good.
Very cool.
Okay, because like honestly, I have been meaning to. I saw that some of our other friends who have run successful campaigns have posted up like the actual breakdown of where all the money goes. So we are paying Paul. We're paying him for his time. We are paying our other actor that is going to be the torturer. We're paying obviously our special effects person, and he's got a lot. Like it's going to be pretty serious because a very visual. It's going to be really.
There's
really
a lot
violent.
of torture.
I know we keep on saying it's going to be brutal, but like, and what's so funny about it is that there's long periods of time where it's just kind of like quiet and talking. And what I like about it is that there's long periods of time where there's a lot of quiet and talking, and then when it gets violent, it gets really stupid violent, and then it goes back to quiet and talking, and then it gets stupid violent.
A lot of blood?
I've read
Yes,
the script.
yes, yeah. There is a lot of blood.
What
though,
did you
right?
think? I mean, how crazy is it?
It's what she said. There's a lot of blood.
And I mean, like the story itself is really, really good. It deals with it does deal with mental illness and grief, and how we deal with our grief, and what is the best way to deal with grief, forgiveness, etc.
All right, cool. So we've just got a few minutes left. There's another donate page for our show that I wanted to highlight as well. So if people are feeling they've got an extra few bucks for the torturer, that is the emphasis right now. There it is. That's our corpsepaint.net website, Janie /
Yeah.
And we have a donate button now. Yay! We say uplift your life by supporting the underground, and that means independent film, like Catalina, the torturer, and Joe, the torturer, and Paul T. Taylor, the torturer.
And also, I mean, y'all always bring on some like really awesome bands, and we've heard a lot of pretty great music, and I like the trailers y'all play. They're always really interesting.
Very cool.
Satan does a very good job playing.
Hey, I want to show you like 30 seconds of another one. This is a band called Emily and the Orgasm Addicts. Now, I kind of identified with that, and I thought a band with that name, with that title, this has got to be a cool band, and they are. So I don't know where they're from, I forgot, but they're not an American band. Emily and Orgasm Addicts. We got to support them too, right?
Sounds painful.
And there they are. Yeah, so that's Emily and her Orgasm Addicts. So, can you make a good video in just one room? Yes,
of course.
But they also were walking on the street, as you notice there too. But you're right. I think it comes in you know, it's in the hands of the director and how you place them and how you put them and how you edit this. And that's probably a simple video, but a cool song and a great looking band, and great sounding band.
I don't think. I mean, you really can't go wrong with a well-executed, simple video for music videos.
Agreed.
That one was really awesome, though. They had a lot of stuff going on in the background, like I said, Ass Monkey in the background, and I was just like, man, I really wish I could see more of this. You guys are fun.
Well,
I'd hang out with y'all.
That's right. They look so cool, huh?
Yeah.
So yeah, and it kind of fit with our other band today too. The the Starcrawlers with female lead and garage sound and fun songs and all of that too. So that's been our whole theme. But really, emphasis going to the Torture film and Little Spark Films, and you guys getting this off the ground and made and done and delivered, and then we all get to see it. Sometime next year, whenever the time frame is.
Yeah, it would be done early next year, and then with the $5 donation, any $5 donation and above, you're gonna get an actual digital copy of the film after the festival run.
Neat.
But any donation at all will get an actual shout out on social media. So even if it's like $1.
Yeah. So
literally any bit helps.
That's a good point. I mean, just donate $1 if you can. If you can do that,
you should at least share it.
Oh yeah, yeah. We've basically just been like asking people to share it.
Yeah. All right. So the Corpsepaint Show has to wrap up. Thank you, Ziggy, for helping us out and handling everything on the boards over there.
Thank you,
Catalina, for being here. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you for inviting me. We're excited about the Torture.
We are excited about Torture. You're a lot of fun. You have a lot of cool things going on, and thank you for being here.
Thank you. I'm
Janie
excited for Wednesday and Friday. Well, Tuesday and Wednesday and Friday.
Right. She has a birthday bash on Friday, and Wednesday will be appearing at Wits End dressed as
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. Doing
with
the
your
original.
Beautiful golden hoop.
That's right. And hey, shout out to Joe. Please tell him hello.
You could probably tell him hello. I bet he's watching.
Hey, Joe.
He is watching. Hi, Joe.
What's up, man?
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the shares. He's been sharing it like crazy.
We have a fun few weeks coming up on the Corpsepaint Show. Dale Patterson, who is a writer from Europe who lives in Britain, is black metal author, and he writes about bands and everything.
Next week?
Don't know, but he's scheduled for either next week or the following.
Oh, okay, I won't be here the following.
That'll be
next week.
That'll be forthcoming. A lot of good stuff coming up. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We appreciate you.
We hope you have a great week.
Yeah,
Corpsepaint Show! Every Sunday we're here live. We're going to give you 90 minutes of live, great, irreverent shit. And also just talk about Satan and talk about movies and talk about metal and talk about Jenny Slash's weekly dose of horror.
Yeah. Texas Fright My Weekend. I am here with Dee Wallace. Don't stare at my boobs the whole time.
Sure. I do get comments from occasionally religious fanatics.
I've seen people stopping down
who want to wag their finger at me for being saintly.
The Corpsepaint Show rules!